The true story about Phineas and Ferb, according to Spanish Wikipedia, is that in Russia, in the year 1993, a girl was born with several mental issues and that when her parents were divorced, her mother was the one who stayed with her. Her name was Candace Flynn. Her mother who never took care of her properly. Phineas Flynn was born next, with high hyperactivity and has her half-brother, who is a little boy with mental retardation and without being able to talk. His name was Ferb. Candace started to tell her mom about her brother's amazing adventures in an attempt to catch her attention. Her mom was fed up and sent her to a doctor called Heinz Doofensmirth who gave her some medications that made her feel worse. She then killed herself in 2007, only leaving behind a diary with his brother's adventures. There's also this story, about a boy who watched one of the unknown P&F episode. He said, he saw it marked only with hash. Out of curiosity, he selected it and he regretted it for the rest of his life. It started with the P&F theme song, nothing unusual about actually at first. The animation was very poor though. After the song, the episode itself faded and there was silence. They sat in silence for a minute and a half, and the camera slowly zoomed into Phineas. His face started to warp, and then returned to normal. Then there were tears building up in his eyes, and he fell over letting out heavy sobs. The audio alternated between fuzzy and normal again. The sobs didn't sound cartoon-like at all, they sounded like they were legitimate, as if something truly terrible had happened. They got louder and louder, until it got so unbearable that he had to grab the remote and turn it down. He continued to watch hesitantly. It was like a car wreck. He said he just couldn't look away from the screen. Then the camera zoomed into Ferb's face, forcing me to look into those sinister eyes. He said he couldn't break away from the stare, it was as if he was looking straight into his soul. He felt uneasy, as if he were actually being watched. He said his stomach was clenching and as if it were preparing to empty its contents and his heart was pounding hard. That face it etched into his mind for good. The stare was finally broken when the camera panned out to where they were both visible. To his horror, Phineas started screaming "Why?" while he pounded the ground with his fist over and over and over again. Ferb remained silent while the sinister look on his face became more and more terrifying. The frame abruptly changed to a shot of Phineas hanging by a noose from the tree. As soon as the frame showed up, there was a terrible screeching sound. His eyes were still half open and bloodshot, and the rope was slightly swinging back and forth. Ferb was in the exact same spot unmoved. Ferb started to laugh, but the laugh had no audio, only the screeching was heard. The shot lost color and became fuzzy as Ferb continued to laugh. After that, the boy was so frightened he went to get her mom to show her, but when he tried to replay the episode, it acted as if it was going to load, but redirected to the home screen. He tried for easily 10 minutes to get it to play, but he had no luck. His mother told him he was being ridiculous, and left. He tried to find it the next day, but the hash was nowhere to be found. Just like what happens when Candace go to get her mom to show what Phineas and Ferb are doing. He had terrible nightmares ever since. He sometimes heard voices and have been having hallucinations. It has something to do with the episode. It's still a mystery why it would have been there, or why he seemed to be the only one who has seen it, but it has truly messed him up. He said he still have Ferb's face in his mind until now. If you ever happen to stumble upon this, please do not view it. For your own safety, I'm begging you. But if you're naive enough to do so, please contact me. He said. Ever since, I can't watch Phineas and Ferb without thinking about this and can't help but feel a little scared, just a little. I still love it though, it feels like my childhood is ruined. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe for more.